My passion for reading hasn't wavered since I was young. I honestly probably couldn't even imagine a life without books. They've given me the tools to excel in anything, just anything I've ever inquired about. They've always been a very definite bridge between reality and imagination for me. But for some reason, it had never occurred to make literature a career choice until some very real life happenings. 3 years ago, my younger brother was diagnosed with cancer, specifically lymphoma. It was obviously followed by long stays in hospitals and intense chemotherapy. And because Nicholas was underage, he was put in the child's ward of the hospital. So while he would sit through therapy, I began to read to him. And he had never been the type of child who was into reading. We were very different that way. He was very into sports and those sort of things. So I was thrilled to be introducing him into my world, which consisted of authors and poets and such things like that. Eventually, one thing led to another, and I not only started reading to him, but I started reading to other children who were in the hospital, and oftentimes people forget that parents have to go on living their lives when their children get sick. They still have jobs, and kids are often left alone. So I started volunteering and eventually started a program for other people who could come in daily and read to children. Amongst all of this, it was my senior year of high school, so I realized along that way that how much I loved books and how much I loved reading. So I decided that I wanted nothing more than to be a literary agent who pushes for people to get their books published and to get them out there, because half the time the stuff that children had been introduced to before I didn't think was either appropriate or good enough reading material. So now that's why I became an English major, and it's kind of brought me to where I am today. And my younger brother has been in remission for 1 year now, and ironically, he starts college in the fall, and he is going to be an English major as well.